Yo, what is going on, everybody? Today, I have Jimmy the Don on In the Mix with DJ Linx. Stick around.
Let's go.
Wiki. What is going on, everybody? Happy Friday, happy evening, happy whatever it is. Thank you for joining me today on In the Mix, episode 11. Can't believe we made it to 11 episodes. It's been a fun journey. I hope you've been enjoying the journey as well. And today I have a special guest. I could easily introduce him as Smalltown Collectibles, my friend, Jimmy. But he's more than that. He is the guy behind Mystery Box Mondays, the owner, the initiator, the originator of 10 Questions every Thursday, 7 a.m. on my way to work, listening to it in the car. Words are hard. Shout out to Taylor Winder. He just started a new series about comic book speculation. The other day, he had an episode about Namor, and it blew my mind. He made Namor interesting for me. Everybody give it up for my man, Smalltown Collectibles, a.k.a. Jimmy the Don.
What is going on, DJ?
What is going on? Hold on. Magic, let me sprinkle some fairy dust. Boom.
Oh, look at that.
You get a lower third, sir.
I like the lower third. Jimmy? Not much, my brother. Been kicking the ass of some 9-year-olds at wiffle ball out here in the side yard. Today was my nephew's 9th birthday, and so my sister threw a little party. And where we live here, we own quite a bit of property, right? So in between my house and my sister's, my brother-in-law has mowed a baseball diamond.
Oh, so, wow.
Yeah, so we actually have a baseball diamond in the yard right beside my house. So all these kids are all Gunner's buddies from his baseball team. All this are up here, and the parents played the kids. And it was really sad because the parents were 100% talking trash to these kids. And just putting the beat down on them. I'm not saying I didn't push my nephew over as I was running by, but that could have happened.
That's amazing. I'm all for beating the children at sports. I just want to throw that out there. It's funny that you have a baseball diamond between the houses. Me, I just have bodies outlined in chalk. when you go outside, sir. Let's just jump into the chat real quick and say what up to everybody. As always, first one in the chat, StreamYard, Chris Brogan.
StreamYard.
What is going on? Big supporter of this cat. And then, of course, pinned, we have Jimmy's link to his channel. Everybody, please make sure you sub up The Don. Adrian Panda, awesome, in the building. Let's go, fam. What is up? Phenomenal episode of 10 Questions on Thursday, by the way.
Thank you. Yeah, Panda was great, man. I had a ball with him.
And he's so calming, like when he talks.
He really is.
He's so calming, and he invites you to listen in such a nurturing way. Like he has such a nurturing spirit about him. But then I know the other side of Panda too. So
I've seen some interesting things in the Burke family chat.
Yes, hashtag Panda Roll. Freaky Louie, ¿qué pasa, mi hermano? Freaky Louie, love me some Louie. Ruben Guzman, what is going on? Cowabunga fam. Madeline, what is up, my boo? Brooklyn born 718, what is up? BK in the building, and it jumped on me. Let me go back up. Mr. Chip Gettler, let's go. What is going on, dude? Dank Comics, another fellow New Yorker. My guy, Kung Fu Dank.
My man.
That was one of the most interesting hours and change of YouTube history. Dank Comics on The Usual Suspects in the hot seat. Make sure you check that out if you haven't already. Digger Jim, what is going on, my man? Gary B, the godfather of the Grow Together movement. What is going on, dude? Listen to the Namor ep while refinishing my parents' deck. It was great. I could visualize everything Jimmy was saying. This guy, Dank, he knows his stuff, man.
He really does. I had so much fun that night, like as far as just pure, like I don't know. I mean, I'd watched Dank stuff, right? I'd seen him and I'd watched his channel. But then what happened that night, I just did not anticipate at all.
Yeah, definitely. Killer 7 Costco, what is going on, homie? Big supporter. Juan Paz, what up? What up? Yay, never could figure it out. What is going on in the easy, baby? Oh man, and then we'll jump back into the chat in a little bit. Mr. Jimmy, I know you're used to asking the questions, but today you're going to answer the questions, sir.
Yes, sir. Be glad to.
And the first question I have for you: why is Superman so boring?
Well, DJ, it's a misconception by people out there who are just full of shit that Superman is boring. Superman is the guy who started it all. For your Thanos, for your Punisher, for your none of those people would exist if Superman had not been brought forth. So Superman is the reason that we have all this stuff that we have today, and all the content that we get to get on here and do. Now, I will give you, Superman is such a badass that it can be boring at times, but really, to be 100% honest, like when I was a kid, I've just told you this, we had like 3 channels.
Yeah.
And Super Friends came on, right? That was what came on. So I loved Superman. And my dad was a real patriotic guy. It was, truth, justice, and the American way. So Superman just kind of naturally fit for me. And being from the small town, being from, like Superman was in Kansas from Smallville, it just, I don't know, he just fit for me, and he still does. And like I said, there are other characters that I like to read, but Superman is not boring to me, and I think all you out there who say that should thank the Man of Steel, because if not for him, none of your characters would be here today.
That was just a question to break the ice.
Yeah.
Do I find Superman boring? I don't read Superman comic books, so I wouldn't actually know, if I'm being completely honest. Now, Christopher Reeve Superman, greatest Superman on TV. I love Christopher Reeve. To me, Reeves was Superman. I don't know, for some reason, just the idea, and it's not just Superman. Also, I would put Captain America in the same boat, like the goody two shoes kind of characters. They never did anything for me. I was just more like, let's kill people.
Right. Well, no, I get it, man. Like I said, I read a lot of different stuff, right? Superman's just always been the guy that I don't know, for whatever reason, I just related to Supes. I don't know why.
So Nick's Kicks and Comics has a great question. Does he go down on Lois Lane, though?
100%.
So he's not a hero.
He is an anti-hero because he will 100% go down on Lois Lane.
That thing with Batman. So if everybody has to know in the chat, right? But so apparently in Harley Quinn season 3 that's coming up, there was a scene where Batman is going down on Catwoman, and some of the DC brass was just like, no, you need to remove that. Why should we remove it? Heroes don't do that. So Batman is not a hero. It was the stupidest thing in the world.
That really was. That was the dumbest thing I'd ever heard. I saw something. I don't know if it was a spoof, and it came back. It said it was the official statement from DC, and said Batman would 100% go down on Catwoman and would let her return the favor. The whole thing. I'm sure it was a spoof, but I saw it on something.
No, yeah, I saw it too. It was definitely a spoof. Let me just get back to the chat real quick and say what up to some people that I didn't get to say what up to. Nick, what is going on, my dude? Chris from Cardboard Crazies, what is going on, sir? Nav, ladies and gentlemen, Nav is a big supporter of a bunch of our channels, and he just started his own channel. So if you feel inclined, please head over to Nav's channel and sub him up. Awesome content. And for his first video that he put out, first couple of videos, way better than what we did on our first couple of videos. Way better. Who else? We got Tapia, my man. Alex, what is going on, dogs? And then Tyler, rap battle champion Tyler in the building. And then, of course, Austin over Peach. Austin LeMay is in the building. So, Jimmy the Don, let's start at the beginning, sir.
Absolutely.
I want to know about Little Jimmy. I want to know, was Little Jimmy a rapscallion? Was he a mischievous scamp like Loki? Talk to me about Little Jimmy. How was it growing up in a small town in Kansas? I mean, Kansas. I'm sorry, in Kentucky. Oops.
No, I really wasn't. I didn't really find myself until late high school, probably senior year, and college when the mischievousness started. And I would say it's about the time that I discovered the demon alcohol. But no, it's exactly what you think it is. It's really boring. Just going to school, doing your chores. We had to work, we had chores, things like that. I was expected to get good grades in school. I'd bring home straight A's, and my dad would say, "It's great, go do it again." It was always kind of that way. And then, like I said, as I got a little older and kind of got away and started to experience the world, not just the mountains or the hills, that's when it kind of took off for me. So not so much really when I was young. I was pretty calm. My mom says I was a model child. She wants to know what the hell happened, when I went to college. but yeah, no, it was really, man, it was just your typical kind of boring, childhood. I loved it. We played in the hills all the time. There wasn't a ton of stuff to do, so you just went up in the hills and played war, shot, sling or what do you call it? A slingshot.
Slingshots, made crossbows.
Stuff like that. I mean, that's what we did. And then, in high school, I joked with people. I said, they were like, "What did you do?" I said, like, no joke. So there was a loop in our town, right? We would drive around, and Kermit, West Virginia. West Virginia is like 10 minutes from here, the state of West Virginia. And we held at that liquor store, got the hooker pregnant. Gary B, that is for private chat moments. Do not bring that out here on In the Mix.
Wow.
But we would drive over to Kermit, and when you were 16 years old, 17 years old, you could buy beer.
Oh, wow.
And so, yeah, I mean, and I had a fake ID forever. But we would go get beer. We would come back. We would drive around town. We would just drive back and forth to Kermit and drive around, drink beer, and chase girls. I mean, that was kind of the deal.
That's awesome, man. It's funny because we had a liquor store. It was right like senior year of high school, or like right after high school, and we would go and they wouldn't card you, and they knew everybody was underage, but it was just like, yo, let's go to Richie's. That's the only place where you could go in and get whatever you want. That's before the crackdown, because even before that, because I remember my dad would send me to the store at when I first started going to the store, 11, 12, to go get packs of cigarettes and candy. That was his thing, cigarettes and candy. And it reminds me of that song.
Right. Well, and like it's dry here. So, it's actually dry. So my dad and them had bootleggers. And when they would show up, from the coal mines on the weekends, there'd be cases of beer sitting there, and you could do that. And we used to drive up to this place. It was a single wide trailer. All the windows were boarded up except for one, and it had a sliding window, and you could just roll up to it and get your beer. Wow. Like it was crazy.
It's crazy when you were talking about like playing in the mountains and the hills or whatever and doing all this other stuff. Like I remember on my block growing up, so it was a long block. Literally there were 1, 2, 3 houses on the entire block. Then across the street it was factories and empty lots. And then on my side it was like 1 house, 2 house, and then an empty lot, and then another house, and then the rest was empty lots until it was developed years later. But I remember playing in an empty lot. Like I remember we would play in the empty lots. I stepped on boards with nails, and it was like whatever. Oh man, I got a nail in my shoe, and kept it moving. We would throw bottles at each other, like stupid shit.
We used to shoot fireworks at each other, like bottle rockets. We would go up in the hills and play war, and we would shoot bottle rockets at each other. Who does that?
Am I frozen or you're frozen?
Probably me.
Okay.
I do have that Eastern Kentucky internet.
No, I was scared because what happens is on my end, because I'm going in and I'm saying what's up to people in the chat, and then it's freezing on me. So I don't know if I'm freezing or you're freezing. Normally I have my phone next to me so I could see, but today I left it. I left it charging. What is going on, Cruel Angel Comics? What is going on, man? And I saw Legion in here. Legion, what is up? So, dude, alcohol. What's some of I would say your fondest memories once you discovered alcohol? Some of your drunken nights, some stories. I know Gary, he was making a joke about holding up the liquor store and getting the hooker pregnant, but did you have any like funny high school, college stories?
I don't know. I mean, I really don't remember them.
Or YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I mean, I woke up, like I went to college in Richmond, Kentucky, and the Eastern Kentucky University is what it was called. And the University of Kentucky, the Cats, UK, is about 45 minutes away. Yeah. And I went out one night and I woke up in this girl's dorm at UK, and I have no idea how I got there. Like, no idea.
Whoa.
That's happened. I think I told the story where I stole the Christmas tree out of the Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Stole the Richmond Register newspaper box. That was a drunken night. Of course, I got drunk one night and ended up partying with Three Doors Down.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they were at it. I didn't really even like them, but this girl I was seeing at the time dug them, so we went to the show, and my buddy was a Marine, and he would we were kind of standing by the stage. Well, they were real big supporters of the military, so they were like, hey, come on back. So we ended up going back and partied with Three Doors Down till about 7 a.m. That was a pretty good time. Let's see. What else? I drank a beer with George W. Bush once.
Oh, really?
I was underage. And the guy that I worked for, Jim Bunning. You ever heard of Jim Bunning? He was the pitcher, threw a perfect game for the Washington Nationals. Anyway, Jim Bunning's from Kentucky, and he was a senator from Kentucky. And he was running for Senate, and the guy I worked for at the time was real big in the Republican Party and was running his campaign. And so I went to this event. It was a fundraiser event, and I ended up working with the Secret Service. So, because I got the short hair, I had on a suit, I had the sunglasses, they gave me the earpiece, the whole thing.
What the hell?
And I ended up standing by this tent, basically guiding people in to get their picture taken with George Sr. and Jim Bunning. And so when it was over, I was just kind of following people in, and everybody was done, and they sat down and were having a drink. And they looked at me. They thought I was Secret Service. And they were like, you want a beer? I was like, yeah, I do. And I was like 19, 20 years old. That's a pretty cool story. That's a true story. That happened. That was weird. And my boss got mad at me because I was underage, and he had brought me there. So he was like, what are you doing? I said, dude, I'm chilling out with George W. and Jim Bunning. Like, I love Jim Bunning. That was interesting.
Yeah, no, that sounds super cool. Just want to say what up to New World Order Comics, the immortal Biggie Shack in the building, gracing us with his presence. What is going on, sir?
Them and Whack Comics, DJ, yesterday completely ruined my work day because I got sucked into their video. They're live that morning. I couldn't do anything the rest of the day.
It was funny because I was off from – so I've been off from work these last couple of days. So last week I was pulling doubles all day at work. And then so I was just like, oh, I'm going to take off Wednesday and Thursday. We have Friday off, which is today. We have it off as a holiday to commemorate Juneteenth. So we have today off. So, but yesterday I was sleeping and I get the alert and I was just like, wait, what? It was like Biggie Shaq versus Wack. And I definitely had to jump on it with some great content that those guys.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That is awesome. It's funny you were talking about George W. I met Jeb, whatever his name is. We were in Gatorland in Florida. I don't know if you've ever heard of Gatorland or whatever.
I've been to Gatorland, dog. Yeah, I've been there.
We were in Gatorland and we were walking, and then I see him and I'm like, oh shit, that's Jeb Bush. And my brother was like, no, that's not. And I'm like, dude, you live in Florida. How do you not know who the Florida governor is? And we were just like, yo, Jeb. And he was just like, he threw up the piece. So it was just like, okay. That was fine. In Gatorland. I have no idea why he was in Gatorland.
I kind of partied once with Kid Rock and Joe Z. They were at a show in Lexington. We knew the people that owned the bar. And I didn't sit around and hang out with Kid Rock, but he was there partying and we were there too. So I say that I partied with Kid Rock. That's one of my stories, is that I partied with Kid Rock one night, and Joe C, the little guy. But that was fun. But I mean, look, dude, there's been times we ended up on a train, ended up in North Carolina. Like, there was crazy stuff happened. Gary B.
Yo, the secret cervix. That's actually hilarious.
That is kind of funny.
That is kind of funny. And Burke is here. What is going on? I hate the Florida Gators. Am I right, Jimmy? Am I right?
100%.
What's the deal with the Florida Gators?
Well,
I'm not a sports guy, so
yeah, they're a big rival of Kentucky, and Burke is Burke insists stuff with Go Cats. That's I got the Cats too. We've actually got some history with Kansas State, but Burke and I actually text or chat sometimes about sports, and we both have ample hate for the Florida Gators.
That's funny because Burke and we chat about Louisville, how much we love them.
I'm done. I will see you all later. No.
I have no idea about that. It was funny when after I did your 10 questions. First of all, I am super proud and super happy when anybody talks about 10 questions. I'm always like, I've been on twice.
I know, right? Well, it's funny. 10 questions is a funny thing, DJ, because, like, to me, it's just cool to meet everybody, right? Like, 10 questions for me is as much about getting to know you and the other members of the community as it is anything. But when I ask people to come on, I get these reactions that blows me away. Like, it makes me feel so good because they're like, oh God, it's actually happening. And I'm like, what? Yeah, I want you to come on 10 questions. Let's hang out. Oh my God, I can't believe this. Like, I get that reaction and it blows my mind. Kind of like when you asked me to be on In the Mix, I was like, yes, I get to be on In the Mix. It's interesting, but yeah, I completely lost my train of thought. I've had too much of this.
We were talking about how much we hate Burke.
Right, Burke. We don't like Burke. No, I actually like Burke. Burke's a good guy. Burke has shown me what it is, really, the community, how you kind of lead, how he handles the Burke fam. I think he's awesome, man. I think he's got a really good thing going on there. I'm happy to be a part of that.
Yeah, definitely. And as I was on Meet the Burke fam, and I told him what he does, the level of interaction that he does with us, the chat, just the way he cares. He's exemplary as a leader. So he's the leader of the Burke fam, and he does a fantastic job. I'm a sleeves kind of guy, so I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I could be team no sleeves. It's fine.
No, so it was funny. I was going to tell you after the first time I did 10 questions. I have a friend. He works for ESPN, big sports guy. Like he's at like all major sports events. Like he'll be at the Super Bowl working it and stuff like that. So I was just like, oh, did you guys? Because back then, like everything to me was a big deal. 10 questions was a big deal, and it still is a big deal. All this stuff was a big deal. And I'm like, yo, did you guys check out 10 questions? And he's just like, oh, that guy Jimmy's cool. Tell him you're a fan of Louisville. And I was just like, I don't know. And I had texted you that, and I was just like, yo, I'm gonna go support Louisville. And you were like, you're dead to me.
Yeah. Well, the Ville is the arch nemesis of the Cats, right? And it's just they hate us as much as we hate them. It's a good college sports rivalry. My cousin, Chris, he is a doctor, and he went to medical school at U of L. And so we have a running bet that every year we go to the basketball game when Kentucky and Louisville play, and whoever loses has to buy next year's tickets and dinner. And he has bought me dinner and those tickets for several years now. It makes me really happy.
That is awesome. What's your closest sports team to where you're at? Professional sports team, I mean.
Professional would be Cincinnati, the Bengals and the Reds. That's about where Cincinnati from us is right at 3 hours. Pittsburgh is over to the side as well. So.
Yo, I'm laughing because you said that the Bengals and all that stuff. When you said Cincinnati, in my mind, I'm like, the Ohios? I have no idea why. I'm not a sports guy. My wife and I, it's funny. So back in the day, we used to watch basketball and we stopped. And then sometimes we'll watch the finals like here and there, whatever, but we don't watch any of the games. But then this past couple of weeks, like we saw before the Knicks were bounced from the playoffs, we watched a couple of Knicks games and we were like, yo, this is cool. But then we started watching all the Brooklyn Net games and we were just like, yo, this is actually really fun. Remember this? Watching basketball and rooting and getting pissed off when they're losing and it looks like they might be getting bounced. But
well, like the Knicks, like for Kentucky, the Knicks are like our team right now. We call them the Kentucky Knicks because there's like 5 players that played for Kentucky on the Knicks.
Yeah.
And so, I watch the Knicks all the time. I've got the NBA package and, I watch a lot of NBA. I'm surprised that because you drop a lot of sports references. Like you dropped a Kevin Garnett reference the other day and I was like, well, how does DJ know that? He doesn't even like sports, but he dropped this KG reference and I was like, well, that's cool.
I'm just a plethora of useless knowledge and pop culture references, sir. That's all I am. That's all I am. Yo, dude, do you mind if we get personal a little bit? I just want to know, like, how did you meet your wife? How did you court her? Like, how that whole thing went about? I'm just interested to know that because the Don is suave. I just want everybody to know that the Don is suave.
That's news to the Don.
Oh, okay.
No, it's funny. I worked at a bank. This was before I started my business, before I started my company. and I was working at a bank, and I was actually paying off this other bank, paying off their mortgages all the time. And there was a girl that worked there that I used to work with. I started working when I was like 15, 16 years old. Worked at the Dairy Queen, flipping burgers first. Ended up getting a job at the bank as a teller, and then that's kind of how I, learned my trade and went to college and did all that. Well, anyway, I was going over there and paying these loans off all the time, and the girl, the teller I would go see, I used to work with when I was like 16, 17 years old. And she said, "I have the perfect girl for you." And I was like, "Okay." She said, "Do you care if I'm going to call her and ask her if I can give her your number give her your number and give her a call." And I was like, "Cool." So I did. We talked for a few weeks, whatever. And then all of a sudden she just quit calling me back. Like she wasn't returning my calls. So I called and said, "Hey, look, I'm not calling back anymore. If you don't want to hang out, that's fine. But this is the last time I'm calling. I'm just giving you the heads up." So she calls me back like 10 minutes later, and we go on our first date. I'm going to say a week later. And then we dated for like 2 months, and everybody's going to make fun of me. Gary B hates when I break character, but this is 100% true. Within 2 months, I knew that she was the girl, right? And I told her, I said, "Look, I just want you to know that I know." She was like, I'm not ready." I said, "That's fine. I'm cool with that. I just want you to know that I know. So when you're ready, you just let me know." And so probably a year later, she was like, "Hey, we were all into each other, ended up getting engaged, got married in the Cayman Islands."
Oh, wow.
Came back, and, I guess, 17 years now. And 2 daughters later, here we are.
Oh, that's amazing. That's an awesome story. My friends make fun of me, right? Because it's like I love love. Like I love listening to like love songs. I'm not in like romantic movies and stuff, but I'm into kind of like tear jerkers and stuff where there's a love story at its core. I love love and stuff like that. It makes me smile. Like with my wife and I, like we met really, really young, and that weekend, it's funny because we have a picture of us the day we met, and we're hugged up literally the day we met. And it was just one of those things, man. And then she'll probably drop something in the chat that says psych.
No, she said "aw" with a little face with hearts.
Oh,
Yeah,
I mean,
she knows. No, it really was. I honestly, DJ, I never thought I would get married. I had no intentions of having kids. I always worked really, really hard. I played really, really hard. And I had no intention until I met her. And then once I met her, I was done. I'm like, this is the girl. And like I said, it's 17 years later, man, we got 2 beautiful daughters and a good life. And, they support my craziness with this YouTube channel. The girls still make fun of me, but they're starting to come along and think it's okay. They don't make fun of me near as much as they used to. But yeah, no. Like I said, dude, I'm very blessed. You'll not meet anybody that's more blessed than I am.
Oh, that is awesome. That is awesome. Now, you mentioned your daughters making fun of you. What do they make fun of you about specifically? Is it because you're an old dude into kid stuff? Like, what is it?
Dad, you're 45 years old and you read comic books. What are you doing? But
go to your room.
My youngest daughter, my oldest daughter doesn't really care. She's just like, whatever. But she's turned like I am as far as the personality goes. She's turned a lot like me. Addison has turned more like her mom, and she 100% the baby makes fun of me. But here recently they were like, "Hey, could we come on your YouTube channel?" And her and her friends are wanting to order like these different foods from different countries, and like bring them in and like taste test them on my YouTube channel. I was like, 100% order them up and we'll do them.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, we'll talk about a comic book. I'll show you a comic book, and then we'll taste test some food. And so that may be coming soon to Smalltown Collectibles.
That's actually a fantastic idea. Like, let's say they get the food, you taste it, and they have to read a comic book, and that's
and review it. Yeah, like they have to review it while we do the taste test.
That's the quid pro quo, right? The quid. I have a heavy tongue today.
Yeah, well, me too. And I don't know if you know this, but Biggie lives like an hour from me.
Damn, Batman.
Yeah. Batman.
With the heavy tongue.
Look, dude, Listen, I always pick up your references. I don't know if anybody else does, but I will 100% in the chat say, DJ, I'm picking up what you're laying down, buddy. I got you.
I am such a skilled troll. Before trolling was the word. That was just me. Back in the day, it was like, yo, you're a sarcastic little bastard, aren't you? Now it's a troll. Now I'm a troll. Biggie lives about an hour away from you?
About an hour away, yeah. Like after we did 10 questions, we still haven't got to because COVID was still going on. But I'm going to try to go up and go, dollar bin digging with him, and never could figure it out. Who's in a lot of the chats is a buddy of mine. He lives like 5 minutes from here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and so I think he and I are going to run up and try to hit up Biggie someday.
Oh, that's awesome, man. And take a drive down Santa Monica Boulevard. To Banger Boulevard and pick up some big bangers. Biggie, I love Biggie, man. Biggie is just one of those dudes, super authentic. He's just one of those cats. Love him or hate him, right? Like love him or hate him. I happen to fall on the love side. He's just a funny dude, man. Super authentic. Gonna tell you what's on his mind, and we need like more of that in the community in a positive way. In a positive way, sometimes like it could rub people the wrong way in an instance. So like with the whole shit that was happening with Whack Comics, it was dope to see them like get together on Biggie's stream and then like talk it out, and they were still talking shit but making fun of each other. And at the end of the day, it's all love, right? We're all like one big community. Like we don't have to sit around and say, oh my God, everything is cool. Everything you're into, I'm into. Everything is cool. No, Jimmy, I'm sorry. I'm not into Superman. And that's okay. That's okay.
That's okay. I still love you. You actually are not dead to me.
That's probably why I damn, I was trying like to go without laughing on that one. See, yeah, I love everything. No, Biggie, it's okay not to like everything, man. Like we don't love everything. Some of this shit is whack. So with Superman, that's why I love Man of Steel. So I saw Man of Steel. I went in with low expectations, even though I'm a big Zack Snyder fan. Watchmen, the director's cut, phenomenal. 300, phenomenal. So I loved Man of Steel because Superman, at the end of the day, he's the superhero. And they just gave him the flaws that I was looking for in a character that I enjoy. So they gave him those flaws. And Man of Steel to me is a masterpiece. Like I might be in the minority on that, but Man of Steel to me is a masterpiece. I love Batman versus Superman, the extended version, the director's cut, extended, whatever it's called. Love it. Oh man, Snyder cut, dude. I watched it twice that weekend. Phenomenal. Have
you watched the new TV show, the Lois and Clark? Is that what it's called? Lois and Clark. It's the new Superman show. Comes on CW, I think. And it's more based around his children, like him raising children and them discovering they have powers. And it's actually really good. It's it's similar, and you see the flaws of Superman. And that's why a lot of people don't like him, is because he's Superman, right?
Yeah.
You know what's going to happen at the end of every book, at the end of every storyline, he's going to win. So it's, but I'm like you. Man of Steel was phenomenal to me.
Loved it. Because
he was flawed. And a lot of people lost their mind at the end when he killed Zod, right? But he was making the choice. And that is a real choice that Superman would have to make between the people of Earth and his own people from where he comes from. And like, I don't know. I just thought that movie I thought it was phenomenal.
I did too. But let's talk about that Zod scene. I never graduated college, right? So I dropped out of college in 98. I went back about 10 years ago. I was just like, yo, I'm not doing nothing, whatever. Let me go back to school. So I went back to school. I was working and went back to school in the nighttime. So I was taking film classes. So then Professor Dunphy, whatever, they're talking. He's like, what was the worst movie this summer? So everybody's raising their hand, blah, blah. I'm not one of those dudes. I just, sit quiet and lamp in the back. So he's like, no, everybody's wrong. Man of Steel. And you know why Man of Steel was the worst movie? Because Superman doesn't kill. So that made no sense to me. Superman doesn't kill. Why doesn't Superman kill? So now we know in Man of Steel, Superman kills Zod, and that is the impetus for him never wanting to kill again. When these movies come out, you have to it's kind of hard, especially us that are in the community, comic books and all that stuff, but you have to pretend none of that shit came before. So there's no reason why Superman can't kill, or it's just like, oh, Superman's supposed to wear the red tighty whities outside of his outfit. That's that stuff. This is a whole new universe and a whole new vision. And I was happy that they brought in Zack Snyder to finish, or the Snyder Cut, whatever, to finish his vision. Like, what happens is, like, with some of these companies and movie studios, it's all about money, right? It's never about the artistic vision and the artistic integrity. It's all about whether it can make a buck. And I think Marvel has done a good job of marrying both, where the director's happy with the finished product, Marvel gets crazy money or whatever. But DC and WB, they haven't found that perfect marriage yet, because they're just worried about emulating Marvel and making money. They don't worry about the artistic vision. And that's why it's stupid that you have a million different directors directing these movies without any synergy, without any, like, talking to each other or anything like that. It's just like, it's just dumb.
No, I agree. Did you like Joker?
I love Joker, but Joker was completely unnecessary to me, but I loved it. But if it never came out, I would have been fine with it.
Yeah, like, I really liked it, and I thought it could be a blueprint for what DC could be in these kind of standalone stories. You know, if you want to do some of these standalone R-rated stories, Joker is a good way to go about doing that. I really dug the movie. It was really heavy. It was really dark. You know, a lot of mental health issues, kind of touched on those things. It was really dark. And I really liked it, as far as, and I don't consider myself a movie critic. I like just about everything. I like Weekend at Bernie's. You know what I'm saying? When I watch a movie, I'm watching a movie to be entertained, to lose myself, come away from the real world for a couple hours and be entertained. And so movies don't have to be deep. Comic books don't have to be deep to me either. I need to escape, and that's what it is for me. And so I like Joker. I thought it was cool. A couple hours, great movie. I loved Man of Steel. Hell, I liked the first Justice League. The Snyder Cut was so much better, but I liked the first Justice League.
I hated that movie. I hated it so much that I made my own edit. Like, I literally took, I cut it down. I added some of the deleted scenes, and this is way before any talk of Zack Snyder's Justice League. So I added, it was when the Blu-ray came out, so I got a rip of the Blu-ray, and then I added some of the deleted scenes, like when Superman goes to see Alfred. I added that. When Superman was looking at the costumes in the spaceship, I added that back, and I changed some of the music. But that first Justice League was terrible, man, only because it was all over the place, and I don't know, you had too many clown characters. So Flash was played as a clown in Justice League, so was Aquaman. Now you had Batman making jokes. It was just too much going on.
I agree. I agree. I still liked it. Like, if it came on right now, I would watch it. Just because I was so happy to see those characters together on screen. And I was so excited about that, because DC's, that's what I love.
Yeah.
But now Snyder Cut it's a completely different thing. Like, Snyder Cut was a masterpiece in my mind. like, I loved it so much.
Yeah, and it didn't even bother me that it was 4 hours. I was
Me
like,
either.
give me more, please. And what happens is, like, I don't read DC, so I'm not married to any of the DC mythos or anything that came before it. So all the DC stuff, like, I know about it, but it's kind of new to me. So I'm not going to be mad and it's like, oh no, but Batman's not supposed to do that because he has his utility belt and the thing is in the third pouch. Like, come on, man. Like, I don't care about any of this stuff like that. So with Snyder Cut, I thought was a perfect movie, a masterpiece. Now, we talked about Joker and you talked about mental health. This is where shit gets serious, because I actually want to talk about that. And I want to talk about mental health and wellness, specifically pertaining to what we do as YouTubers. Now, do you feel, Jimmy, a certain pressure to put out content, to put out a certain type of content? If you don't put out this on Monday, if you don't put out a 10 questions on Thursday, something's going to happen. Do you feel that pressure and that strain?
I can't say that I feel pressure necessarily. And the reason why is, and again, I think I've told you this before, and I know Gary B and Slot know this because we've talked a lot about it. My life is very structured, okay? But where I own my company, where I do the things that I do, my life is incredibly structured. So it has just become part of my daily schedule. All right?
The dawn is frozen.
Am I still frozen? Am I still frozen?
All right.
Hello?
We're gonna wait for the Don to come back. I'll answer that question.
Well, I don't know if you all can see me or not. I feel like I lost DJ.
Here, I don't know what's going on.
I don't know what happened. I was like, I lost DJ. What's going on?
We found each other, Jimmy. Jimmy.
No,
Every night in my dreams.
what I was saying before we were so rudely interrupted was that I don't feel pressure to do it. Okay, like my life got like I was putting out a video every single day. Right when we first started, I was putting out a video 5 days a week, and I got really busy with my real life, my day job. We were opening up some offices. I cut back to 3 days a week. I had to because my real life demanded that my time be spent there and not necessarily doing the YouTube stuff. So I don't necessarily feel pressure to put out content. Now, I have fallen into the trap of looking at subs. Like subs are love. And like I'm constantly telling my daughters, right? Because their generation, man, has been raised on this social media.
Yeah.
They don't know anything different. And to them, a like means love. Like it's really weird. And that's what I try to explain to them all the time before I ever started doing the YouTube thing. So I fell into that where I was checking my phone like a crackhead, trying to see how many subs I'd grown. Yes, I mean, like it was insane. And I found like, this is stupid. So what I started doing probably a month or two ago is I really quit paying attention to the subscription count. And I started doing what I know, which is analytics, numbers, things like that. And I started really studying my analytics. And there are certain percentages that I like to see based on how many subscribers I have, how many views I would like to have. My biggest thing is watch time. Mm-hmm. Because and I think I was telling you this before we came on, 10 questions is hands down my favorite thing that I do on my channel, okay? Yeah. Because it's sitting around talking with people, getting to know them in the community. Well, 10 questions probably gets the least views of anything on my channel, but it is hands down the most watched thing on my channel because the watch time is really, really long. So I have 700 subs and over 4,000 watch hours. So I've already hit the watch hour thing, which is probably the hardest thing to hit. And if you're looking at it as a business, and that's just who I am. So I started looking at it as a business. What is the goal? Is for people to watch your content. And if people are watching your content, then I feel like I'm succeeding. The subs will come. So I just quit paying attention to the subs. Now I have plateaued, I hit a wall, my subs aren't moving like they used to. I still check them once a week just to see what I've done. Now, and it's really weird because, like I said, there'll be 1 week I'll have 740, the next week I'll have 732, then it's back to 745. I think we all experience that. Yeah. But I really, really started focusing on the analytics and looking at those things because it's what I understand. It's just what I know. It's what I do in my day-to-day life instead of thinking about, oh, God, I got to get subs. I've got to keep up with DJ Linx, because in my mind, I am DJ Linx.
Nice.
So it's,
you handsome bastard.
Yeah, you're damn right, baby. So it's, but it's one of those things where that's how I started to approach it because it was starting to mess with me. And that has never occurred to me. I preach to my daughters about how social media, the likes that you get, that is not love. And the hate that you get, that is not real hate. They wouldn't say that shit to your face if they had to. Yeah. But they're hiding behind a screen, so they will say that or they'll hit the thumbs down button. Who cares? And so I eventually just kind of thought, okay, all right, back up. And then I started doing what I know how to do. And I've been much happier as far as that goes. Now, the pressure to put out content is not something for me. I do 10 questions because I freaking love it. I can't wait. I'll do one in the morning. I can't wait. Cannot wait. That is my favorite thing to do. And then if I don't get a new spec comic book video put out, I will. But if I didn't, okay, I just didn't that week. But I do think consistency is key in what we're trying to do. Being consistent, I like being on a schedule. that kind of thing. I know you're on a schedule too. You drop pretty much the same days every week.
Yeah.
So that's a really long answer to whatever you ask. So I like to talk, DJ.
No, that's fine. Okay, good. I thought we were having computer issues again, and you froze. No, consistency is key. So with the analytics, because I don't really pay attention to my analytics. Like I'll check my sub count only when I go into the YouTube Studio app to reply to comments. So I'll take a day to reply for the comments. So out of everything that has to do with YouTube, just replying to the comments, that becomes daunting only because I want to reply to every single comment. Like if somebody took the respect to leave a comment, I want to give them that respect to answer their comment. So I look at the sub count. I don't look at any of the analytics whatsoever. And I know that is a terrible thing. So let me ask you, when you drop your videos, let's say 10 questions at 7 a.m. on Thursday, do you specifically choose that time based on the analytics?
Yes. 100% based on the analytics. So, and the reason that it's dropped on Thursdays is because Thursdays, for whatever reason, for my channel, Thursday is the most viewed day. So you can go, and I think it's engagement or audience. I think it's under audience. And there will be a chart that essentially, a bar graph that essentially is highlighted when your people are watching the content. So Thursday is the day for me, and it starts at 7 a.m. and it builds all day. So that's why I drop it at 7 a.m. Now, I just got to drop my other videos at 7 a.m. too because I'm OCD and I want them all to drop at the same time. But 10 questions is the one thing that is 100% based on the analytics because that is the day. It drops on Thursdays because that's the day that people watch my channel. And then it builds and you will see it carry through the weekend. So like most 10 questions videos are 45 minutes to an hour, right?
Yeah.
So 45 minutes to an hour. And what I found about 10 questions is I may only get 88 views, but the people that are watching 10 questions watch all of it. Like they watch it from start to finish. And I would say that 10 questions, about 90%, people watch about 90% of 10 questions. Now, the other videos that I do, if they're 12 minutes long, what I want to see is about 6 minutes watch time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they're going to skip that shit at the beginning when I'm saying, subscribe, like, do all that stuff, STC 10, all the things that I say. And then they're going to skip the end.
Yeah.
So there's that chunk. And you can actually go in and in the analytics, and it'll show you where people start watching your video and where they quit. And it'll show you the chunk where they're watching. And yeah, I mean, it's really interesting to go into it if you like numbers and things like that I do, but you can study that, man. Now, and I said 10 questions is the only thing that's dropped that way. I drop everything at 7 o'clock, but I drop certain things on certain days because of the analytics. Like Mystery Box Monday, that's what I started my channel doing, mystery boxes, right? Yeah. Monday's a really heavy watch day. So I drop mystery boxes on Mondays because it's a heavy watch day and it's what I started doing on my channel. Wednesdays, I do the comic book spec stuff anyway. Like I study that stuff all the time. So it was just natural for me to do, okay, I'll just take because I heard Namor was coming. So I had started looking into Namor. And I thought, well, I could just do a video about this. I'm looking at all this anyway. I'm trying to learn the books. I'm memorizing the covers. I'm doing all those things so that I'm out hunting. I know what to find. I know what I'm looking for.
That video was super cool, by the way.
And I was like, well, shit, let's just do a video about Namor.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. And so it's really taking what I do in my day-to-day life and then just recording it, And like I said, I can't edit like you can edit, but I try.
Me?
You. So, but I try. And so, it works for me. I like it. So it turns out okay.
So for the Namor video, for instance, are you still using your phone or
Yeah, I edit it with my phone.
Oh, wow.
I record it like I've got the camera that we're on right now. I just record it on my computer and then I send it over to my phone and then I edit it in iMovie.
Oh, wow. That was really well done. Like I was like, oh, wow, this is different. It was with the covers and all that other stuff. Really, really well done. Yeah.
So, and like I said, just like when I do the first appearances and key issues, I start studying that stuff. I start studying that stuff when the new the previews book comes out.
Yeah.
Right. So I start studying that stuff. I've already got the list going, but that's what I do for myself when I'm looking for books. So I just started recording what I was doing for myself and made it content. And so that's what I try to do, because a lot of my life is really busy. You know this. You know a little bit about my personal life. So my life's really busy, and to fit this in, because I love it so much that I have to work it into my schedule. So I just got to do what I do on the normal.
Yeah, and I think that's super, super important, because it doesn't become pressure if you love what you're doing. So, for example, I love the mystery box stuff. I buy mystery boxes. I love that. I love the new comic book day pickups. I love just buying stuff and show you what I bought. Let's keep it a buck. Like, I just buy shit, right? And I just show you what I bought. And I love doing that. If it came to the point where, so for me, I'm not a big information guy. Like, I don't put out a lot of information as far as pick up this book, pick up these 10, 5, whatever, 5, 10 spec books, whatever the case may be, because that's not me. Then if I were to do that and kind of bring that into the channel, then I will feel the pressure to get those videos out. But as far as like buying stuff, like you said, specking is what you do. Researching is what you do. I buy stuff all the time, and that's what I do, and that's what I like sharing, and that's why there isn't any pressure or any work attached to that.
Yeah, no, and it's 100% natural for me. It's just it was a natural progression for my channel.
Yeah,
like I like mystery boxes; they're fun, but it just stopped interesting me as far as like doing the mystery. Because hell, I was buying every mystery box under the sun. We all do that, right? You first start your channel, you're buying every freaking mystery box that comes out. And then you start kind of, shaping it down to the books you want. Like, you do a great job with the mystery boxes. Like I love watching you open a mystery box because of the banter and because it's funny. But you're also getting to see, like, okay, I might want to buy a Fletch Comics box. Well, DJ opened one of those. Let me go check that out. And that's what I think is dope about your channel. And we all can have different channels for different things. Yeah. Like you're going to get a little bit of that from me, like the Mystery Box Monday. I want to start, featuring different boxes. And then, I'll buy them and feature them. And then you're going to get the other stuff for me that I just normally do. And I just started recording. So it is more informative, but I read all the time. Like I read constantly. And I'm constantly reading about characters. I memorize books so that when I go out and look in back bins, I know what I'm looking at and I don't have to go to my phone. So I do that shit all the time. And so I just started, like I said, to record it.
Yeah. No, it's funny with the, like getting to know covers and stuff, like the amount of, I don't want to say knowledge, but the education, right? So doing this whole thing, YouTube, it's like going to school. So in the beginning, I knew nothing, and now I know a little bit. But real quick on mystery boxes, I kind of switched up the way I'm looking at mystery boxes and I'm purchasing mystery boxes. So before it was just like get everything under the sun. Hey, a mystery box, that's a video. Now I'm kind of looking at, did they put up preview pics? All right, these preview pics are all Spider-Man. I'm not into Spider-Man. I'm going to skip that box. Is there a GP? There's no GP. I'm going to skip that box. The GP's whack. I'm going to skip that box. Do you put any thought into the type of mystery box that you buy, or you just okay?
I do now. Very much what the progression that you just talked about is what I do now. But like I'm going to start like one I never bought and I never featured on my channel. That's why I said it a second ago was Fletch Comics. He's getting ready to do a run. He's got a dope GP. So I'm going to grab that and feature Fletch. And I think the boxes I saw you open have always been good.
Yeah.
And so like I want to feature him. That's a good box. He's an Instagrammer and he's putting out a good box. Well, he should be featured. Jimmy Jams. Like I love Jimmy Jams. He's got a decent box. I still buy that stupid Boxed Heroes box. And you know why? Because I'm the only person that's still opening that box and people watch the shit out of those videos. People watch that Boxed Heroes video. The last one I did had 400 views. That's a lot for me.
Yeah, definitely. I think for that Boxed Heroes, that not superior box. What was it called? The superhero box that didn't feature any Batman because Batman's not a superhero.
We're slotted up right now.
Yeah, that video on my channel almost has it has like 3,500 views, which is crazy. and it's just all based on boxed heroes. Now, real quick, and we always supposed to stop at the hour mark, but we're gonna go a little bit over.
I'm good. I'm here, baby. What? So it's just me on DJ Linx in the mix. I'm going to run DJ's channel. Sorry, I'm starting to slur my words a bit. Sorry, I was running your channel, DJ. It's fine.
You have such a magnetic personality that you just suck in all the energy in the room, and you just took over my channel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just a parasite in your world. No, I just wanted to talk about music because I know, and then we'll go off. Yeah, let's talk about music and concerts. I know you've been to a lot of concerts. Talk to me about some of your favorite concert experiences.
All right, so let's go. Let's just try to do like everybody else says. We'll go top 5, right, for now. So number 1, best concert, changed my life, was Metallica Black Album in Charleston, West Virginia. They had the Snake Pit stage. The Snake Pit was in the middle. I didn't even really know who Metallica was at the time. I went with this girl who dug Metallica, and they melted my face. And it changed my life. I've seen them, 10, 15 times now. They're in Louisville in September for Louder Than Life. They're playing 2 shows. I just bought VIP tickets for the 4-day pass.
Nice.
And they're playing Friday night and Sunday night, and they're playing 2 different sets. Phenomenal. Number 2 would be Stone Temple Pilots, Birmingham, Alabama. Outside of James Hetfield, Scott Weiland is my favorite frontman ever. And my best friend, Clayton, the guy I go to the UK football games with, he's been my best friend since I was a little dude. He went to pharmacy school there. And so I was down there visiting him. We went and watched STP. And Scott Weiland was cracked out, had a purple mohawk. It was unbelievable. That's what music was supposed to be. They just put on a freaking show. It was unreal. Number 3, Rage Against the Machine at Lollapalooza in Nashville, Tennessee, was my first mosh pit. So we're standing there. Rage comes out. De La Rocha grabs the mic. You can see him back there. He's breathing real heavy, getting ready to sing Bulls on Parade. And he yells, "Come with it now." And where we were standing, the whole freaking thing opened up into a mosh pit. It scared the shit out of me. It was nuts.
Wow.
Number 4, Pearl Jam. Hands down, saw them in Rupp Arena early on. Eddie Vedder, great front man. And then number 5 kind of tosses around a little bit for me. Ozzy Osbourne.
Oh, wow.
At Rupp Arena. And then, if you know the band Korn, and I'll tell on myself real quick, it was the Summer Sanitarium tour. Metallica was headlining the tour. It was Summer Sanitarium. It was their stadium tour. They were at the Kentucky Speedway. So James Hetfield gets hurt on a jet ski, right? And he's not there. So the other bands front Metallica. Well, I'm sitting there chilling out, and this dude walks up and sits down beside me with one of the hottest girls I've ever laid my eyes on in person, and looks at me and says, "Hey, dog, you smoke?" And I said, "What, cigarettes?" He was like, "No, dude, do you smoke?" I was like, "Oh, yeah, sure."
Now I do.
Yeah, so he rolls one up. We hit it. Korn comes on. I'm lit up, and I turn around like, "Oh, my God, I am high as shit. This is awesome." I turn around, and he's gone. And we referred to him as the weed fairy and his hot girlfriend to this day.
Wow.
Me and my buddies do. So hands down. Now I also saw DMX open up for Limp Bizkit, and we left DMX open, and we left after DMX played because he freaking smoked it. Like, it was great.
You mean you didn't stay to enjoy the tunes of Fred Durst?
No, I mean, Limp Bizkit was fine. It was fine. But we were there to watch DMX, and he killed it. And then Ice Cube, I saw him at Louder Than Life a couple years ago. That was like a big thing for me because I'm a big NWA fan.
Yeah.
And to get to see Cube was really, really cool. I dug that. And this year at Louder Than Life, Snoop Dogg is playing. And nice. I want to see Snoop, so.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. I've been to a handful of concerts. I've never been to a rock concert. All like hip hop and R&B and stuff like that. I guess I'll just tell you my Beyonce story. So we went to go see Beyonce a couple of years ago in the city and in Jersey, right, at MetLife Stadium. Each ticket was going for like $1,200. So I'm like, what the hell? Like, that's too expensive. So then my friend at work, she was just like, why don't you just drive either to Connecticut, to Philly, whatever, like outside of the city, it's gonna be cheaper. So we got we were in the fifth row for the Beyonce concert, fifth row, and we got a hotel room, and it was cheaper than one ticket in New York, which was crazy. Wow. No, so it's funny. So I didn't know the tickets were that close, so I just got whatever tickets. So we go into the stadium. It was in Hershey, PA. So in by Hershey Park Stadium, I think it was called, whatever. So we go in. I'm just like, yo, what the hell's going on? So it's like, we just keep walking to the front, and it was in the fifth row, which was awesome. So then she comes out, like my wife and my daughter are big Beyonce fans, and I'm a Beyonce fan, Jace, and we're there, whatever. So we're enjoying it. But then she starts performing this song, Freedom, whatever. I can't sing for shit. In a thing of water, so it's like a pool of water. So we're there in front of her, and then she starts kicking her feet, and it's like she like wets me with Beyonce foot water. And I'm just like, yeah, oh my God, this is awesome. So I'm filming with my camera, and you see the camera getting wet. That was amazing. And I haven't taken a shower till this day.
Beyonce. I love Beyonce. I'll tell you a couple other real cool stories. I watched Nirvana at Rupp Arena, and I didn't know what I was watching. Okay. Like it was, I mean, you don't know at the time. Like it was cool and it was fun. And Nirvana was awesome, right? So, and I had a blast. We were on the floor, but we like I said, we stay out of the mosh pit. I didn't know what I was watching at the time. You know that Kurt Cobain was going to die. 8 months later. You just didn't know. And then, do you know who Tool is? Do you like Tool?
I've been called a Tool.
Yeah, well, Tool and Perfect Circle, Maynard James Keenan is their lead singer. And my first Tool show I ever went to, the dude never stepped to the front of the stage. He performed the entire show behind a sheet.
Wow.
What a really weird. What a tool.
What a tool.
And I'll tell you one more story and then I'll stop because, like I said, I'm starting to feel pretty good and I got my talkers on. Yeah. So, first show that I'd ever been to like this, my daughters loved Justin Bieber and Carly Rae Jepsen. And they played at Freedom Hall, not Freedom Hall, it's the new place, the Yum Center.
Yeah.
So we go. I've never been to a show like that before. That type of show, like the Teeny Bopper show. Two things. One, if you drink at a show like that and you're a dude, you're in really, really good shape, okay? Because there's no guys there. You can go straight up and take a leak and you got no problem. And there's no and the women's restroom is really long. So as far as just like a visual, just as far as like being somewhere at a concert, it was one of the most interesting things I've ever seen. What happened? So
I know I hear I don't know if it's fireworks or gunshots.
Oh no. So Bieber, the thing starts counting down, right? And it comes up and it's a picture of his face and it's like right up in there.
You hear that?
And then he winked.
Oh my God.
And I thought the Yum Center was going to fall in on itself. Like, it was the craziest thing. I was like, what the hell is going on right now? It was just crazy. It was one of the more unique experiences as far as going to a show that I'd ever been to. It was really entertaining. Like, and I freaking hate Justin Bieber. If anybody likes Justin Bieber, I'm sorry. I'm not a fan.
Sorry, Burke.
Yeah, sorry, Burke fan. Burke, Steve, Mr. Team No Sleeves, and his Justin Bieber love. But yeah, no, that was one of the more interesting experiences. But I've been to so many concerts, it's unreal. I've seen Garth Brooks. I've been to a bunch of country shows. That's what we did. We would go to shows. That's when I was in college. It's all we did.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. We started going to a lot of concerts. Like we would go to the Garden a lot, but once they put up the Barclays Center, we've been to a lot of, like, I'm not into Spanish music, but we went to like a Spanish concert. Like we got my brother had gotten tickets and he couldn't go, so we went. It was awesome. So we just try to Barclays Center, whatever's there, like we try to go and like just to make a night out of it. We've seen a bunch of people at Barclays the weekend. We've seen Jay-Z at the Barclays Center maybe 7-8 times.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's like every time he does a show there, we go there. We saw Puff Daddy and the whole Bad Boy record label stable. They did like a 20th anniversary show and brought out a bunch of people. One of the funniest concerts though I went to. So Jay-Z and R. Kelly, they were doing the Best of Both Worlds tour. So we went to the movies on Friday. I forgot what we saw, but we get into the car. It was late night, and then I hear Jay-Z is on the radio, and it's like quiet. So it's like 1:00 in the morning, and Jay-Z's talking about how him and R. Kelly had beef. R. Kelly left Madison Square Garden, all this other stuff. And my tickets were for that Monday. So we're like, yo, what the hell is going on? Like, what's going to happen? They never said they canceled the concert, but R. Kelly was not going to be there. So I'm like, all right, whatever. So then we get there and they're like, yo, if you're here to see R. Kelly, if you want your refund, we'll give you your refund, blah, blah. So then Jay-Z comes out. And then Jay-Z's just like, yo, stuff happens, but luckily I have a bunch of friends. So during the course of the night, is Jay-Z. He brings out Snoop Dogg, Busta Rhymes, Usher, Mary J. Blige, Fabulous, The Lot, like a who's who of hip hop. Snoop Dogg closed it out. That's when he had Drop It Like It's Hot, was the hottest song. He brought out like 25 people. It was like a 4-hour show. It was insane. And yeah, that's my Jay-Z story.
That's awesome, man. Like that's, I don't know, just I've been to so many shows. I love it. That's what I like to do. And I saw whack comments up there. I would have guessed that Lee is a believer. I would have guessed that.
I think so. I think Lee has Justin Bieber tattoo, actually.
Mm-hmm.
That's what inspired the whole Daddy's Toy Chest jingle. But I'm not 100% sure on that. Mr. Dadon, we're coming to the end of our program. We went over by 7 minutes. I like to keep it to an hour. It was a pleasure talking to you, sir. You are... I just want to reach out and hug you. And
you will get to in about 8 months. Or not 8 months. Hell, I can't count. 5 months.
5 months, 6 months, 7 months, C2E2. That is going to be the bomb. Do you have any closing words or anything you want to say? What you got coming up on the channel this week?
Really, my closing words, I haven't set my schedule necessarily for next week yet. I'm pretty sure I know what I'm doing, but I haven't set everything yet. I just want to say this because who would have known that a hillbilly from Kentucky and a dude from Brooklyn could have developed a friendship over YouTube or, Instagram, whatever. And so I just want to thank you. You've always been there with me, been there for, any support that I needed, kind of helped me learn to edit and some different things. The 10 questions intro is 100% DJ Linx. And to me, it's epic. It's one of the best intros on YouTube, in my opinion, outside of the one that he does for In the Mix. But just, I want to thank everybody for the support that I've gotten. It has been one of the great experiences of my life. And I mean that. And I've been very fortunate to have a really blessed life. And this has just added to it. I found something here with YouTube and with this community that I had no idea I needed. And I guess I needed the friends. I needed, whatever. And so I just want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart to all the people that support the channel. And I just really appreciate it. And I love all you guys and DJ Linx, I love you, brother. And, thank you for having me on In the Mix.
Oh, you're very welcome, you son of a bitch. I'm like, oh my God.
You want to make us both cry? Like I was about to get all emotional right there.
You know what? You're going to be DJ Linx for the remainder of the show. I know. I'm just like, what the hell's going on? Dude, you're the man. I love you. Like, you already know what it is. Thank you for agreeing to be on In the Mix. It's no 10 questions, but you're the man. I can't even talk. I'm just like, whatever. For me, this week, I have some videos I have to put together and all that other stuff. But more importantly, next week, world premiere, Epic Rap Battle 3.
Yes.
Featuring the champion, Shattered Glass Comic Reviews, which is Tyler, New World Order Comics, the immortal Biggie Shaq, new to the stage, Actual Dracula, Comic Head 84, and Simple Simon. They will all be throwing down for a shot at the Epic Rap Battle In the Mix Championship. So that is going down next Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern. Be there or be square.
Awesome, man. So who are you going to do judging this time? Like, how's it going to work this time?
How's it going to work this time? That's a great question. It's going to be judging. We're going to have 3 judges. We're going to have 3 judges. I'm going to be one of them. We're going to do it American Idol style.
I like it.
Still going to be a tournament, but instead of having like the one judge, we don't want another sock puppet gate going on. So we're going to have 3 judges. I'll be the tiebreaker judge if they don't see eye to eye. And that's how we're going to do it. Tournament style. It's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to everyone being there.
How talented are the people that have been on so far on the rap battle? It has blown my mind, like the rhymes that these guys are writing. Like, it is awesome.
You know what's funny? And I told my wife that. What happens is I think just us in this community by nature, even though we don't think we are, we're all creative. So when there's a challenge like that presented to you, I'm pretty sure you're going to excel. Like, no lie, like Tyler won last week. I told my wife, I was just like, I bet you $1 million Tyler's going to win. She was like, really? And I was like, yes. The dude is borderline genius. Like, you see the shit that they do on Whack Comics? Like, it amazing, the stuff that they do. So I'm pretty sure if he channels that energy toward writing like lyrics or a song or whatever it is, he'll do phenomenal. I can't wait till Lee is on. When we have Lee on, I think Lee is going to smash it like nobody else has smashed it on the epic rap battle. But yeah, man, sock puppet gate, right, Biggie? Tell him. Tyler did not mention sock puppets. Anyway, yeah,
I
dude.
love it, man.
That's gonna do it for us, ladies and gentlemen. As always, subscribe, like, hit that notification bell, share this video. Yeah, hold on, wait. I gotta cue my stuff up, man. I'm kind of feeling saucy, Jimmy. I'm not gonna lie.
Me too, brother. I ain't gonna lie to you. Look at this. This was full when we started, and I put a dent in it.
Nice. I'm drinking apple juice.
This is some of Kentucky's finest, Blanton's. You and your lady should come down to Kentucky sometime and go do the bourbon trail with us. It's a lot of fun. I don't know if you like bourbon or not, but it's beautiful country. It's good food and some good drinks. So
yeah, one day we definitely want to make it out there. I'm not a bourbon guy though. I don't think I've ever had bourbon, if I'm being completely honest. Just the smell, the smell of dark liquor is like, but anyway,
not your thing. I'll sit here talk all night. You better close.
Spread love because it's the Brooklyn way. Peace.
Let's go.